What if I told you that there is a language that is not Spanish that is spoken in Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, and Chile? And this one is older than Spanish. Today I want to tell you about the story of Quechua, a language of unity, culture, but whose future is now uncertain. Quechua was born. Most people would assume that Quechua is from Cusco or the Inca Empire. However, this is not the case. It was actually born in the current capital of Peru, Lima, in the valley of Supe. However, the Incas actually adopted the language as an administrative language, and they expanded it all the way to Ecuador and all the way to the south until Chile and Argentina. Things changed, however, in 1532 when the Spanish came and colonization started. At the beginning, Quechua became a secondary language. However, it was not banned or forbidden. Actually, Christian missionaries developed the first dictionaries, books, novels, and even grammar books about Quechua. However, in 1731, after the first rebellion of Tupac Amaru II, all remnants of Inca culture got completely forbidden and banned in the region. This was because the Spanish feared that any kind of culture that might group the indigenous together could debilitate their dominance in the region. However, in 1821, things changed. Peru got its independence, and the language became unbanned. In the following years, in 1975, finally Quechua became again an official language of Peru. And then in 2003, things got better as Quechua and all of the rest of the indigenous languages became official. However, what is written in the Constitution, in the laws, can be beautiful, can be perfect, but it's not always true or reality. In the 80s, the army in Peru executed and massacred lots of Quechua-speaking villages, accusing them of terrorism. Basically, what they did was asking them questions, and if at any time they replied in Quechua, they would be executed or incarcerated. In the 90s, elected President Alberto Fujimori committed forced fertilizations in the population of Quechua communities as well, as a way of birth control in a very violent and attempting human rights. Furthermore, in a census in 2007, only 13% of Peru speaks Quechua, and all of them claim that they would not be willing to teach it to their offspring because they think that they would be ridiculed or that it would not be useful at all in their professional lives. Nowadays, Quechua is very much prominent in Peru and in South America. There are several words like choclo, calato, or even charqui that are present in everyday Spanish. However, maybe other Spanish speakers may not understand. In my personal case, I didn't know the Spanish word for belly button until I was 8 years old because my parents only used the word pupu, which means belly button in Quechua. Then at school, I realized that my peers did not understand at all what I was saying. So that's when I realized, oh, it's actually a Quechua word. Now, talking about the present, the situation of Quechua has changed a lot. Now we have a reivindication or a renaissance of Quechua. It's being seen as a language that brings unity, culture, and identity in Peru. Nowadays, songs about rap, hip-hop, and even trap in Quechua have been released, as well as covers of popular singers like Billie Eilish. And on top of this, the Ministry of Education is publishing books in Quechua and has promised to increase the number of teachers and schools that are bilingual in Spanish and Quechua. However, not everything is perfect, and there's also controversy. In 2021, elected Congressman Guido Bellido made a speech in Quechua at the parliament. Now, most congressmen do not speak Quechua, so they were unable to understand what he was saying. On one hand, this showed the hypocrisy of the Constitution, claiming that it's an official language, but nobody understands it at Congress. But on the other hand, this was also used as a political tactic so as to create divide between population. So you have two groups, one as people who speak Quechua, and you, the ones who has forgotten their native language. And he has exacerbated this situation, making more unrest in the country until the year of today. So in the future, Quechua can remain a political tool or something, a device to keep dividing the people of Peru, not only Peru, but South America, or it can go back to its root and be a language of inclusion, a language of culture, identity that we are all proud of, not only Peru, but for all South Americans. And the only people who can make that decision for the future of this beautiful language that is Quechua, it's us. Thank you.